Hi, I'm going to show you how to set your goals for this course. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at the score that you received on your pre-assessment. It would be out of 20 points. So let's say that I received an 18. So in the first box here, I'm going to write the number 18, which is what I scored out of a total of 20. And so I then have to set a realistic goal for what I think I can achieve or want to achieve on the summative assessment at the end of the unit. So when I say the word realistic, what I mean is a goal that you can actually reach. And so if I have an 18, could I potentially get a 20 on the end of unit assessment? Probably. So I could put a 20, okay? Or I could put a 19. Those are both realistic goals for me on the end of unit assessment because I could actually attain those. So I like to think of realistic goals like a set of stairs, okay? The top of the stairs being our goal of 20, okay, on the end of unit assessment. And the bottom being the lowest you could get, which was a 0. And I'm not going to go from the bottom of the steps all the way to the top of the steps in one swoop. I have to slowly climb one step at a time to get to the top. So I might be able to do a couple steps at a time, but I'm not going to jump from step 1 to step 20 in one swoop, in one jump. So I have to make tiny, tiny steps along the way. So when you set your goals, you're going to think of it the same way. Okay, you're going to make those few little steps at a time to get to eventually reach the top. So I could go from an 18 to a 20. That would be a reasonable, realistic goal. Okay, now let's say I got a 9 on the beginning assessment, on my pre-assessment. Would it be a realistic goal for me to get a 20? Okay, that's a lot of steps to have climbed in one test. So it probably would not be a realistic goal for me to go from 9 to 20. A realistic goal would probably be 2 or 3 steps, maybe 4 steps. So maybe I could go from a 9 to an 11, or maybe a 9 to maybe even a 14. So I'm going to make my goal 14. Okay, but I'm probably not going to get to the 20. Doesn't mean it's impossible, okay, but it might not happen, and I need to set that realistic goal that because what you want to do is you want to feel that success, and if you don't attain the goal at the end, it might make you kind of sad. So we want to set those realistic goals. Now, after you enter your goals, you're then going to come down to the bar graph, and you're going to enter your information on that as well, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to open the bar graph. You're going to enter your name, and you're going to also enter your pre-assessment score, okay? And let's say it's 9, and what I want to get on the end was a 14, but I'm going to wait to enter my end of the year score until I actually take the summative, so I'm going to leave that blank for now. So my pre-assessment was a 9, and we're going to actually wait to enter the summative until we actually take that test, and then we're going to come back and to do this again to see if we make it to our goal. Okay, so we'll check back later when we actually receive the score before we enter that part in. So right now we're just entering our pre-assessment. Once I'm done, I can click out of it, and right now it's only going to show me one bar, which is my points that I earned out of 20. So I have a 9 out of 20 on my pre-assessment. When we go back and let's say I did take my summative, I can then enter my score. Let's say I made it to my goal and I enter it in, Now it will show my growth, that I went from the 9 to the 14. Or maybe I only made it to 12. It'll show that growth so that we can visually see our success. So we won't enter that one in yet, but just for today's purposes, we're going to enter in our pre-assessment and leave our summative alone. Okay, after you've entered that, you're going to go back into Schoology and you're going to submit the assignment to me. I hope this screencast was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to go into our Schoology course and click on the troubleshooting if you are unable to access any of this or have any difficulty entering it, and ask questions to the group or to myself. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing all of your work.